Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Tiffany Mensa, and I'm a program coordinator at the Fatty Liver Foundation. We are so excited to have you here today as we walk you through the Wellness League search tool. We really think this is a really powerful resource to help you find free and low-cost resources in your community. So we want to do everything that we can to make it as easy as possible and intuitive as possible to find those programs. So that is the purpose of this session today, and we hope to be doing more of these in the future. So today I have alongside me Preston, who is our CSM at Find Help, and he's going to be walking through some instructions, and then we'll do a little demo, and then we'll leave some time for Q&A. So with that said, I'll pass it off to you, Preston.
Thanks, Tiffany. And yeah, again, looking forward to working with the Fatty Liver Foundation and demoing the Wellness League search tool. Before I go in a bit further, I wanted to pause here and give your team time to look at the agenda. Is there anything else anybody would like to add to this?
We'll just take questions as they come in.
Well, all right. Well, to give a bit of background on Find Help, got to ask the question, what is Find Help? And Find Help is a tool that connects all people in need and the programs that serve them with dignity and ease. And that is the alignment that we have with the Fatty Liver Foundation. So we applaud you on those efforts as well. To give you a bit of background on Find Help, we have over 25 million users currently, as well as over 500,000 programs available. We started off in 2011, but as you can see via the map, have expanded to have resources all throughout the continental US. And step one, how can I find programs that I need? Well, it's easy. Uh, Again, we first recommend bookmarking the page that your team will be utilizing, and that is the info.thewellnessleague.org. And that will bring you to the search tool that you see here. I believe we may have a question. But yeah, this brings you to the home page that you see here. And I would like to note as well that our system allows you to translate to over 70 languages via the Google Translate API that we have. And then once you've actually entered the zip code that you'd like to start your search in, it'll take you to our navigation bar, which actually breaks it down by category for you. Templated off of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. You also have the capability to search via the search bar at the top via specific program tags or service tags. And I'd like to note that some of the tags are associated with subcategories that the programs are able to pick themselves. And when you actually pick these specific program tags or service tags, any organization or any program card that has these specific tags will be able to pull up in that search as well too. Some things that may impact the relevancy of the search is if they are specifically featured, depending on the location of the search. So again, it is sorted by zip code. So we start from the center of the zip code, as well too if there were any sort of boosted programs within the search as well too. You also have the capability when you do the search to either start from the center of the zip code or by relevance, i.e. just what I discussed, if anything is featured, if there are any preferred partners, as well too. And again, I'd like to note that every category has a subcategory that is embedded within it. And searching tips. If a seeker has a housing need, your first instinct may be to type housing in the search field. But again, there are certain things that you can do, i.e. Clicking the service tag, because again, that will drill it down a bit further for your team. And in regards to some of the searching tips, I'll pause here to see if there are any questions so far on anything that I've been saying. Okay, great. So yeah, just wanted to let you know specifically, you're able to search for the programs via the search via the category bar that we have right there. And to actually go home on the page, just click on the left-hand corner. That'll take you back directly to your home page as well too. How do I narrow my programs to meet my needs? Well, you actually have the ability to filter down via some of the personal filters that are available to you. And you'll find that at the top of the page. You have the ability to filter down via personal filters, program filters, and income eligibility. So those are three different ways that your team can filter down specifically around programs. I like to pause here to give you time to review what the program filters look like. Well as the income eligibility filter. I like to note when you actually are searching by specific categories, you have the ability to remove certain filters by clicking the X button in the right-hand corner of the service tag. And the next section is why can't I find the right program? Well, we'd like to pause here to see what could you be doing personally that may be triggering you not finding the right programs. What I'd like you to check to see if you've applied any filters, and if so, potentially maybe clear that. We'd always recommend checking to make sure that your search term is spelled correctly. And then if your search is sometimes maybe too specific, maybe broadening your search um, to catch more programs as well too. And for those in a rural area, what we would recommend is expanding the zip code. Because again, some programs may be available in a different zip code if you are in a rural area. A few other tipping points as well too are trying to find a new category tag that may better fit those needs.
I guess I'm trying to pull on this thread that you said if it's not a share folder.
And again, Jess would like to note as well too, you have the availability to sort by relevance. But if that is too much, you can actually just sort by distance as well too.
Yeah.
I'd like to start on how can I find information about program cards? Well, everything that you'll need to know about the program is embedded within the program card. Any eligibility info, anything in regards to address, location, any of their hyperlinks will all be embedded within the More Info tab. Again, as you can see here, these are a few different breakdowns of the program card. You can see the program details will be listed right there. Additional actions that you can take will always be at the bottom of the program card, and how the program likes to be responded to, i.e. how do they manage their next steps. That will be, as you can see right there on the program card as well.
He's just teaming me up to sell me something else, right?
And within the program details, you can see that you have the program name, the community organization name. If they have been claimed, again, that lets you know specifically that somebody who works at the organization has claimed that one. Specifics around the program description and the service tags are the personal tags that they have picked themselves will always be on the program card.
That's like the.
Again, I'd like to note as well too that the next steps button is applied via what the organization likes to be contacted by. So sometimes they'll be referred, sometimes you'll see next steps, sometimes you'll see apply on their website. Those rules are set up based off of the organization and what they have picked themselves. Within the More Info tab, as you can see here, there's additional information on the program. Any hyperlinks that may be correlated with the program or the organization will all be within the More Info tab, i.e. their Facebook link, their Instagram, their company website, the phone number, the address, the hours of operation. That will all be within the More Info tab as well too. And we have the Save tab, which you can see there. That allows you to save specific programs to your favorites folders. And this is a recommended action for programs that you frequent because it allows you to get easier access right there. If you're helping somebody else, you're always able to share the program resources via email or text, and that is embedded within the program icon right there. That would be C that you see right there, share. If there are any notes that you would like to associate with the program card itself, that will be on the program card as well too. And then if there's any information on the card that may be wrong, you have the ability to update that, and that gets sent directly to our team here at Find Help. That we will go ahead and do the update as well too on our side of the fence. Next section is how do I connect to programs? Well, noting what I said earlier, there are a few different ways to actually connect to the programs. You can see there will be different ways. Sometimes it is scheduled, sometimes it's apply here. But depending on how the program wants to be contacted, you'll see that mimicked in the teal button right here. Like to note as well, you do have a few different ways to share resources. And the three ways are email, text, and Facebook. You also have the ability to print the program's information out as well. Like to note as well too, with our Google API, our Google language, our Google Translate API, you're able to actually translate the message that you'd like to associate with the sharing of the resources as well too. And right here, I just want to show you how to print. That will be embedded within the program card as well too. You also have the capability to what we call bulk share, bulk email programs. That actually is dictated via the top left-hand corner right here, where you can compile multiple resources and share them at one time. Awesome. So I'm going to stop sharing so I can get to a demo site.
Awesome. Thank you, Preston, for that high-level overview. You covered a lot of really good tips and tricks. So yeah, this next part of the program is going to be a live demo, and this is just to reinforce those tips that were shared earlier. I think it's definitely helpful to learn while you're using something. So we're going to show you how a search works in our search tool. All right, awesome. So if you could navigate to the Wellness League. With the link I sent you. Oops, I see the tab up top. It was like the fourth from the left. All right, beautiful. So yeah, so this is what the search tool looks like on the wellnessleague.org. And so I will send a link to that in the chat so everyone can have easy access. So once you get to the page, my first recommendation here is to go ahead and bookmark this page, because that's just gonna give you, easy access to this tool. You don't have to remember the URL. You can just click the little favorites icon. So how to do that is gonna depend on your browser. If you happen to be on a Mac, you can go to like bookmarks and then add a bookmark. Yep. And then I imagine the steps are a little bit different for PCs, but just Google instructions for your browser and the steps should pull up pretty easily. So now we can go ahead and start a search. So if you know what you're looking for, you can go ahead and enter that into the find field. But you can see optional is written in quotations because it is optional. You can definitely start a search with just a zip code. And that's what we're going to do for this example today. So let's use my hometown zip code. So that's 30135. And that is in Douglasville. If there's anyone else in the Douglasville area, Georgia, feel free to say hello, neighbor. So yeah, so now we can see, first we see an overview of how many programs are in our area. So we can see just in Douglasville alone, there's almost 2,000 programs, which is pretty great. But also might be a little bit intimidating if you don't know what you're looking for. But let's just say in my case, maybe I'm needing someone to talk to. I'd really like to find maybe a counselor or a therapist. So this is where those categories that Preston mentioned really come in handy. So they're up at the top with these cute little icons. So in my case, and Preston, feel free to guide me if I'm wrong. I feel like I might want to start with health as the first category. So we can see the first set of categories. I'm thinking mental health care might be the next step. And then we can see a whole list of different I guess these would be subcategories now. But here you can see we've gone from a very broad search now to these more narrow tailored searches. And that's kind of why I like using this path to search, is because it kind of helps guide me mentally to finding, the different programs that I need. So let's click on, individual counseling. And could you by chance maybe zoom in a little bit? The text is really tiny on my screen. That's perfect. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, so now we can see, you scroll back up to the top, I'm curious. Yeah, we have a total of 39 different programs. So, not 2,000, but still quite a few. So as Preston mentioned, we have these 3 different filters that we can use to help narrow down our search. So, for example, let's check out personal filters. So, we have all of these different filters here available to help us find something more targeted. So let's say maybe I am uninsured. Let's see if there's anything specific to that case. And we'll click filter. And yeah, now we see we've narrowed down to just 7 programs that fit my specific case, especially when it comes to counseling insurance. Often is a barrier to seeking these kind of services. So, this is a great example with this tool. I have a jump off point to help me find programs that are more likely to address my needs and my situation. So let's check out, this program right here. Affordable psychotherapy and mental health addiction. So we can see the program hours. It looks like they're open, standard business hours. It's serving adults. This would be my case. And then, so once you click more info, as Preston has done, this just uncovers more details about the program. So you can check out things like eligibility, just again, to help you make sure that this program is for you. And then the description, again, describes the program, and gives more insight into different services that a program might offer. So it looks like in this case,
Yeah.
this program requires a membership fee of $65. So yeah, this is great info to have firsthand as you're doing these kind of searches. You can see other things like languages. So if I or the person that I'm helping doesn't speak English as their first language, would be a great way to again check and see if these programs match your case. And then let's say, okay, I would like to reach out to this program. My next step would be to see what the next steps are. And the best way to connect, according to Find Help, is to go to that program's website. So that would be my next step. And you can see it's hyperlinked. So once you click that link, it will take you to that program website and you can begin making your connection.
And I'd like to note as well too, Tiffany, again, if you're unable to do it right then, this is a great opportunity to just share the resources to somebody as well too.
Yeah. It's really neat. Does it cost anything to send a text?
No, it does not.
That's great. That's really awesome.
But I touched on several of those things.
All right. So that is the example that I wanted to show you guys, but now we would love for it to be a bit of an interactive session. So we're interested to see what's in your area. So if you guys could click on the link that's been sent in the chat box to take you to the search tool. I'm really curious, what different health education programs are available. So I'll give you guys a second to click the link and pull it up. And I will give you a hint. To find health education programs in the search tool, it's really easy once you enter in your zip code, so we can do the 30135 just to show in Douglasville. If you go to health, and then click the health education subcategory. Here we uncover, well, in your case, for your area, all of the different health education programs. So let us know, drop in the chat or raise your hand if you want to speak. We'd love to know what is available in your area. I will just give a personal example of a really cool program that I found. I forget exactly what area it was, but it was this like walk with a doctor program. So like the name suggests, it was meant to get you physically active. So you're out walking with the group. But a physician was actually a member of that group. So you kind of get a 2-for-1. So you're getting active, but then you also have a chance to talk with the physician and ask him questions related to your health. So yeah, found that on the search tool. Never knew it existed before, but yeah, there's some really awesome programs out there that you can find. And again, these are free and low cost resources. So not a huge financial burden.
And I'd like to note, Tiffany, I don't know if we talked about this, how an organization can have multiple program cards. So if you want to get an understanding on how many programs potentially that Tanner Health System may have, you're able just to click on the hyperlink and see specifically all the programs that they offer in the area. So that's another way to filter down by organization, is clicking the hyperlink within the organization's program card.
Oh, nice.
And since we're just talking here, when it comes to just the filters that you have available to you, what I like to do sometimes is potentially like, okay, I'm looking for resources around help pay for utilities. Well, let's get that out of there. Just how you said, we'll clear all the filters. So I need help paying for utilities, right? And I'm like, okay, well, what else in there? What else can I do around this? So I'll click on the hyperlinks for financial assistance, because that's, again, a broader term just outside of help pay for utilities, and go through these as well too. And now I have a lot of financial assistance programs that I can start from.
Yeah. No, this is excellent. I've never tried that search path before, but I could see how that would be really helpful.
Yeah, and then while I'm reviewing, I'm like, well, hey, I like this organization too. Let me go ahead and click this. Oh, they only have one, but I still need maybe potentially prescription assistance. Okay, so I have these ones at least. So it's just another way to filter down specific programs.
Neat. I have a question. Just out of curiosity, how often would you say these program cards are updated? Just wondering how up to date information is.
As you can see right here, our team goes through a manual process of doing it roughly every few weeks. But yeah, we have a team of curation that actually goes through and does this for you.
Wow.
So we update it pretty often.
Yeah, that's pretty recent. About a month ago.
This one was done 1/3.
This year already.
So with assessment of form one.
All right, so I see a couple questions in the chat. So the first is, can you explain the Wellness League? So the Wellness League is our holistic portal for patients to find health education and resources and support to address living with steatotic liver disease. So the search tool is just one function of that support that we want to offer to the community. But we also offer, education, article pieces on nutrition and lifestyle. We also offer, a chance for patients to come together as a community and talk about their condition. That is through sharing journeys. So that is outside of the scope of this talk, but I would encourage you to, so if you're already on this page, scroll up to the top and the little hamburger bar menu. Yeah, thanks, Preston. That will pull up, I think it's because you're zoomed in, but that was my fault. That will pull up all the different, different pages on the Wellness League. So definitely check it out and let us know what you think. So then the second box says, there's a box at the bottom asking how useful our search tool is, but I can't answer or it doesn't do anything. So I know what you're referring to. That is a feedback survey that we have, to gather feedback. So thank you for bringing that up. I am going to pull up that survey now, and I can drop that in the chat. This would be another way for us to gather feedback. Since you guys are going to be using the tool today, so link. Okay, so if you're interested in taking that survey and giving us that feedback, we would really appreciate it. I do read through your responses. and I use it to try to make this tool better for you all. So again, I would be grateful if you took the time to take the survey. Any other questions? Or did anyone find anything interesting in their community?
I was able to find a health and wellness cooking class in my area. That was interesting.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Was that hosted by a nutritionist by chance? Are you muted?
I think you're still muted, Rose.
Sorry, it's hosted by it's called Five Loaves and Two Fish Healthy Teaching Kitchen.
Oh, nice. Cute name.
I would like to note, just while we have everybody here, let's say you're searching our site and you know that a program exists that we necessarily may not have. Well, you have the ability to suggest a program right here. And what this does is it'll scrub our system, ask you for specific information about the organization, and it scrubs our system to see if we have this. And if we don't, what you'll do is fill out this information, and this again gets sent to our curation team, which will manually check it and upload the organization program card on our site.
That's nice. I like that feedback loop. Okay, so there are a couple other things that I can cover too before we hop off if there aren't any other questions. So the first thing is covering these icons that you can see in the center of the tool, the ones that say non-invasive liver testing, fatty liver care centers, MASLD and MASH clinical trials. So these are specific enhancements that we've made to our copy of the search tool. And that is, again, we did this with you all in mind. So trying to source programs that we think would be helpful for you all. And so, for example, like let's just click into the non-invasive liver testing folder. So as you can imagine, this is where we are trying to collect and present the locations of various NITs. So this is a bit of manual work on our end, so it's a work in progress. And then, you know, we're always going to be maintaining. So if you try the search and you don't see something in your zip code just yet, please accept my apologies, but just know that we are, you know, working on sourcing these locations and adding them to the database. So we do encourage you to come back and keep visiting. So you can see we have liver multi-scans and then ways to connect with this location to set up an appointment. Exactly. And then the last thing that I wanted to cover, so while it's great that we were able to get you guys here live, unfortunately, I cannot be on the Zoom session 24/7. But if you are ever in doubt of how to use this search tool, we've created a how-to guide to help guide you in your searches, and you can reach those by scrolling to the bottom of this page. The actual web page. Yeah. So there's a video here that I have recorded for you to watch later on your own time. And then down below are the two printable, downloadable PDF files. These are in English and in Spanish. And so, yeah, if you click on it, it's just a PDF, so you can download it and always have this guide with you or saved on your desktop at least. Let me just check the Q&A. Okay, so we've got someone saying that they need help paying for childcare. So maybe we can do a demo through my zip code just for.
What zip code are they in?
They're anonymous, so if you feel comfortable sharing your zip code, we could do that here. Otherwise, we can just use my zip code and to show you the path that you might want to take when you search on your own. So I'll give you a second to type if you want. Okay, no pressure. So let's just show how we might do this, say in my zip code. So that was 30135. So we're looking for childcare. So yeah, maybe under care. Okay, so
We have 20 things for.
yeah, care, daytime care, and then childcare. So I will,
So I took,
pardon?
now I was gonna just repeat the pathway that was taken. So you go to child or care,
Uh-huh.
daytime care, and then embedded that is child care. You have a few different options here, but just for the broadest one, I click child care, and always and forever, it shows you your path right here as well too, so you know where you went.
Okay, perfect. So I sent you that path directly. So I hope that helps. All right.
Feel like
Well, if we don't have any other questions, we could go ahead and end this session early. Again, I do want to thank everyone for joining today. Really, the session is meant to help you all. So I truly hope that you found or learned a couple things about the search tool and feel a bit more empowered to use it. But I am here, if not physically, virtually. So if you have any questions with using the search tool, please feel free to reach out to me directly. I'll put my email in the chat. It's my name, Tiffany at fattyliverfoundation.org. So I will put that in the chat. There you go. And again, so thank you everyone for joining. And yeah, happy searching. I hope you all have a good day. Bye, everyone. Bye.